Hello everyone, so I'm doing a paper craft today and it's a really fun craft for kids and it's also fun to do also for yourself. It's really easy like I said, and I actually just did this craft with my 3-year-old nephew. So if you want to see how it's done, then stay tuned. Okay, some of the materials we're going to need for this paper craft is we're going to need Sharpies or black markers, it's up to you. We're going to need bright markers. I use Crayola, but you can use whatever you'd like. We're going to need paper plates and coffee filters, about 4 to 6 of these, depending on how many feathers you actually want to use for your peacock. And we also are going to need paint. You can use acrylic, you can use kids washable. I would suggest Crayola kids washable paints if you're working with kids, because acrylic will not come off of clothes or skin for a while. So next I'm going to show you what you're going to do. Okay, some of the things that I forgot to mention is you're going to need scissors, glue or tape. I'm using just a glue stick, or you can use Elmer's liquid glue, a little piece of foam paper or construction paper. It's up to you. I decided to use foam for this project, but I have used construction paper before and it's worked out just as fine. You're also going to need water. And this is water, even though it's in my Bath & Body Works little bottle. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing you'll need to do is you're going to take the coffee filter and you're going to kind of flatten it down. And if you're working with kids, they will love this because they will get a chance to scribble scrabble. And I mean, a lot of times they're not allowed to scribble scrabble, so you'll just take any color and you can do this neatly or not, but scribble scrabble just works just as great. So you'll take colors and you're just kind of decorate them, and they can kind of go over each other because it doesn't really matter if they do, because we kind of want the colors to bleed. So this is what you'll do throughout the entire coffee filter, and you'll keep doing this for as many coffee filters as you have. And having bright colors really works great because they bleed and they look really vivid and really great. So this is, you get kind of the idea. It looks kind of like this. Alright, so just for time's sake, you're going to take a little bit of water, and you can either use a paintbrush, or you can just grab a little bit of water, you can have it in a little bowl, and then just spritz it on. Or you can tap it on. Kids really like to tap it on, because it's more hands-on, and then it gets the ink all over your hands. They like to get dirty. And then you'll do that. And what the effect is the colors are kind of bleeding together. You can use watercolors, but the effect is not as bright, so that's why I like to use markers first, or markers instead I meant. So the colors will start to bleed, and you don't want to put too much water because then the coffee filter will break, but the effect is, you know, this nice little bleeding tie-dye effect. So you'll do this for all of the other coffee filters, and they'll look something kind of like this. This is my nephew's, and see how pretty it looks? It looks so cool, like psychedelic. Alright, so once you've done that and let these feathers to dry, then you'll take the dry ones and you'll fold them in half like a taco, and then you can fold them again like a, I don't know, a mini taco. Take your scissors and we're just going to go in there, in that little pocket, and cut. So then you'll have something like this. And we're going to cut this again. And if you're working with younger kids, I suggest you do this yourself. If the older kids really like to do every step. So you'll do this for all of the coffee filters, and you'll have about 4 feathers. Now, the next step is already done, but you'll get the picture. You'll want to take the paint that I suggested, and you can use whatever color you want. We used purple, and my nephew did this. He's 3, so he's just kind of learning to do paint. But you'll take this, a paper plate, and kind of paint over it, let it dry, and then you'll take your dried coffee filter feathers. You'll apply a little bit of glue or tape, it's up to you. and you'll just arrange it. And these are the feathers of the peacock. So you'll keep doing this. And you can kind of arrange them in layers. It's up to you. Just make sure that your feathers are thoroughly dry, because then the glue will not set. So then you see how they're doing, they're kind of being arranged in a layer like feathers. So you'll keep doing this about halfway of the plate. Alright? And then you'll take a construction paper or a piece of foam, and I use purple, and you'll want to draw this kind of like outline, kind of like an S, and then very fine line here, like a straight edge. Okay? You're going to fold the paper in half, and you're only drawing on one side. What we're going to do is we're going to cut, and we're going to go along this outline. So that the shape that you get looks kind of like this. And I know it looks silly. You don't have to keep this outline on. Alright, so this is actually going to be the head of the peacock, and it looks like it's going to go like this on the plate. And you'll take your Sharpies, and I'm drawing the beak. It's up to you what you use. Little triangle works. You can use googly eyes or just drawing them on. Ta-da! There's our peacock head. And then you'll take your peacock head. You can glue it here. You can tape it. I suggest probably taping this one because it is foam, unless you have like foam glue or hardcore gluing, like hardcore like glue, because foam is kind of hard to glue. And you can cover the peacock head with the feathers. So by the time you get down here, they're going to be covered, so you're not going to see this little stands for the head. And it'll look kind of like this. I have a finished project, but it has been smushed, so it's not going to look exactly like that. So here's mine, and I did with construction paper on this one. And I painted the paper plate purple. And see, I used a lot of colors, and they all bled together. And this has been smushed in a drawer, so it's been, it's seen better days, I'll say that. So this is the finished project, and it's really fun. The kids really enjoy doing this. They like to get messy and get their hands like mine. Or you can use a paintbrush. It's really fun either way, and I hope you enjoyed. This is it.